All right, hello, everybody. Yo!
Yo!
Whoa! Well, Phil, you're like,
Oh, really? Oh, because of the screen, right? Yeah, I'm looking
yeah.
at Google. I'm sorry.
No. You're busy doing some research. Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Justin,
And I'm Philip.
and you're watching or listening to episode 488 of DangIT Prodcast, also the first podcast of 2024. Welcome back,
Oh,
everybody.
it is, huh?
Yeah,
Wow.
we are officially past. Actually, it was a few days, but we are now past 1% of 2024. That took I had to like put that into perspective, like, oh yeah, if I like this many days, 365. Oh, that is exactly that is like about 1% in. I'm like, bro.
That's crazy. I don't even know where to go from there. Jesus.
Phil, how you doing though?
I'm all right. Still got a little bit of a lingering cough from being sick.
Oh
So
yeah, yes. Well, otherwise you're feeling all right.
yeah, I'm feeling all right. That cough
Mm,
is killing me.
gotcha. Has
Okay, let me see.
has work week been all right too?
It's been busy, but it's been okay.
Yeah.
Nothing nothing too crazy.
Mm. Yeah, same here. Did you end up getting any kind of pickups this past week?
I got one. As soon as I pull up these lists, I will totally do it.
Okay, I got quite a assembly this time around. I'm not trying to like spend. Trust
Ooh.
me, because like one of my goals for 2024 is just to save for this like imaginary house I have in mind.
Oh,
But
I don't know if you can do
this
that.
this is one of those that was like, oh, this is an order that I did like a couple months ago, or at least about a month ago, and now it's showing up. And I also did this one because it was on clearance through Best Buy. And we know the whole thing about Best Buy is that for DVDs and Blu-rays, they're gonna stop doing that.
Oh, dude, I saw a picture of that and I was just like, man, that's really disheartening. As so the thing is, as far as I know,
Hmm.
it's not related to video games.
I see.
It's just movies and music.
That does kind of suck though.
That yeah. No. It really sucks actually because I'm talking like all Blu-rays, DVDs, 4K Blu-rays, those are gone.
Hmm.
And that when it comes to music, it's all CDs and vinyls.
Oh. Eee. Well, I guess that does mean that Best Buy will still carry around like a lot of physical hardware stuff, but just when it comes to the form of like media, movies, music, that's maybe not quite there. But that is good to know that games aren't like too impacted. You'd probably get a different narrative if you were looking at how they were transitioning and how they were changing. I guess the allocation of like games like per row per aisle, because I actually saw this the last time I went in was that they were doing some renovations just like on the floor, and that game section like for like all platforms just got cut in half, and I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, that's insane. But
I believe their statement was because they are quote unquote anticipating the digital only future or something like that. Like they understand that
yeah.
things are going digital only. And I get it. I just don't think that's happening that soon. I think we're
Hmm.
still like at least very bare minimum, like 4 years away from that.
Oh wow. Yeah, I guess otherwise you'll see like stuff like I've been seeing a lot more fitness equipment on their end, other like tech
Yeah.
stuff, and I'm pretty sure so long as they keep supporting like camera tech and whatnot, like that stuff is gonna just be there. Then the
All
simulation
right.
of like Samsung, Apple, they'll still be there.
I pulled down the screen finally, so it's not just like
Yeah,
but yeah.
we'll definitely work on that set over there.
Yeah, we really have to. Yeah, I was looking into a lot of things in the game room. I have like a list of like things I want to do.
Oh,
Even minuscule things
hmm.
like replacement cases and whatnot for certain games. Like
Yeah.
I was detailing things like to a T.
Hmm.
So like I want to get the new Switch shelf because that's getting Justin, I'm scared. I got like let's see. I got two more tall rows left that I can use.
Oh boy.
So calculating, like, I think maybe 20 more Switch games can fit there, and, like, Justin, I have, like, half of that coming in through limited run soon.
Mm,
I mean, like, within the next, like, month, everything should be showing up.
I got you. I got you. Real quick
So
aside. First and foremost, like over here on Twitch, appreciate Alice for doing the follow. They immediately sent me a DM, so just being wary and just letting everyone know that I don't really typically do DMs. So just if you got something to say in the chat and say hello. But yeah, I know you've been talking about like getting that shelf, like, or potentially expanding the shelf maybe to an L shape, maybe it's just a whole separate shelf like right next to it, just to anticipate Nintendo Switch library just expanding to possibly a slightly bigger gen, if not like
yeah, the Super Switch. Oh, well,
the
that was a
super.
rumor too we can talk about this week, but yeah.
Oh yes, yes, that was certainly a thing that they were
Mhm.
kind of talking about. Although it feels like it's almost akin to just having a conversation like we usually do about.
It really is, like, been the last, like, topic for, like, the last, like, couple podcasts.
Mm,
I will say the price point, if it's rumored, is basically on the money what we talked about.
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, 400 US American dollars for this
This
potential Switch.
hypothetical like
Yeah.
super switch, and that
And
it.
yeah, that makes sense. It's still
Mm,
cheaper than the PlayStation 5 and a Series X
mm-hmm.
because it's not going to be as powerful as those, so that makes a lot of sense.
Gotcha, gotcha. Also, let me just do some scene changes here and there, or prep that so that when we have conversations, we'll be focused one on one, just for the
Yeah. And
viewers.
then another thing is, like, you know what, it really is basically what we talk about. Like, they keep saying it's just an iteration of the Switch. It's not really like the next true console.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to think about it like Game Boy to Game Boy Color.
Oh yeah, that's actually a really good comparison about that. Yeah,
Yeah, because Game Boy Color can play every single Game Boy game, and Nintendo lumps them together in fiscal, like, reports.
wait, Phil, are you saying this is my little thing is not really working like that way? But are you are you saying that this is gonna be the Nintendo Switch color?
If Nintendo has the balls to call it Nintendo Switch 4K, that would be that'd be such a dumb name. I would love it. That sounds like such a Nintendo thing to do.
Hmm. I wouldn't even put it back.
Their naming conventions are so straightforward. It's funny.
Hmm.
Project Octopath Traveler. Guess what? It's called Octopath Traveler.
Do they have jurisdiction over that, or is that something that Square does?
Maybe, but okay, better example. Remember when they said a remake of Luigi's Mansion 2 for Nintendo Switch, and then they gave it the title of Luigi's Mansion 2 HD? Like, yeah, no. Wow. Such innovative title.
I didn't even anticipate something like that. Okay, I think I got my thing fixed here.
Or my favorite is when they announced Luigi's Mansion 3 and the trailer was called Luigi's Mansion 3 working title. And then the game was just called Luigi's Mansion 3. Like, what the hell?
I'm still on about Square. Various daily life stuff.
Oh, various day life.
What do you do?
Project
What's going on?
Triangle Strategy.
Triangle Strategy.
That's a funny name. That's a funny name.
Maybe they need to have a separate department for naming things.
I think they need a separate department for, like, logo design. They all have the same logo.
Oh yeah, like this. It's actually.
Like,
I don't think it's a logo. It's more. It's just the same text font.
yeah, it's like the same text font, the same lines on under each, like, letter. It's just like, what the hell?
They trying to be Final Fantasy.
Bravely Default is victim to that.
Yeah,
Octopath Traveler,
yeah.
I'm sorry, I almost called it Project Triangle Strategy. Triangle Strategy, Various Day Life. The Dealfield Chronicles has that font. Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
That's not even the same team.
But you got notes from Square.
Jesus Christ. I'm surprised they didn't use that font for Live Alive. They're lucky that was a remake.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that might be the case where it's like we can't really change it like this.
Um,
That's definitely one
but
of
yeah,
those that needs to be done, or at least I need to play through this year.
like I don't know. It's kind of pointless talking about the rumor overall because like really, it's just the same conversation we always have.
We always have
It
it,
seems
yeah.
to be a Super Switch to whatever the Super Switch is going to be or called. It seems to be just an iteration higher. Like think like I said, like Game Boy to Game Boy Color.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe think Switch or PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 4 Pro.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But in true Nintendo fashion, it's gonna have exclusive games that can only be played on that specific machine.
Mm,
So technically, it is the next gen console, but it's not. Like it's weird.
yeah. Honestly, when you have that, also the possibilities for backwards compatibility, then you don't have to really worry too much.
Nope. Nope.
I mean, I think
Not at all.
PlayStation is still like making PlayStation 4 titles, technically speaking, that are just also on PlayStation 5 too.
I think Sony hasn't developed themselves a PS4 game since God of War Ragnarok.
Mm,
But a lot of developers are still making PS4 versions.
yeah.
Case in point, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
Whoa.
So, you know.
I think those consoles are gonna explode. Actually, I know that's a joke, but I think that might be a literal thing happening in the future,
I know, right?
unless
I just
they optimize it like crazy.
maybe it the best possible outcome is to build it on PS4 and Xbox One
Hmm.
and then just have PS5 and Series X like enhanced features,
Hmm.
like running the game better or you know?
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I mean, there's definitely different developers that are like specifically aiming for like the current gen hardware. So, but there's just kind of like a mixed bag depending on who it is and what they're trying to cater to towards.
Yeah.
Mhm. Which I mean, I can't complain. For those who just been sticking with the PlayStation 4, at the very least, they still have like a very large like collection that they can still build off of without having to
Dude.
change like the color of their bindings.
Yeah. PS4 though, PS4 still going strong. There's a lot of
Mm.
titles coming out on that thing.
Yeah, and I think they're still there's last time I checked, they're still like making PlayStation 4 consoles, right? Last time I
Yes.
checked. I wish
Yes.
they could do the same with 3DS and the Wii. No, not the Wii U, but the 3DS.
No, not the Wii U. Not the
Yeah,
Wii
no,
U.
no, cut that, cut that.
3DS, yeah, that has a library that's worth like exploring. Wii
Mm.
U, if you own a Switch, you've explored the Wii U library. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Except for like
Shut up.
yeah,
Shut
okay.
up.
Okay.
I knew you were gonna do it.
I don't
I knew you were gonna throw Xenoblade X out there. I hate you.
I mean,
I
you
want
said
that
that.
so bad.
I didn't say anything.
I want Xenoblade and the two Zelda HD ports so bad.
But they just won't.
I I literally can unplug my Wii U once I get those. I'm so dead serious.
Wait, is this still plugged in?
It's plugged in for retro purposes. Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
In case it's more like it's plugged in when I want to have like a specific game I have downloaded. And it's like
it is the virtual console.
yeah, like before it shut down, I ended up getting some like really expensive games, like in
Mm,
like physical real expensive games. I just downloaded them. I was like, I'm not gonna ever really probably have this in my collection ever. So at
true.
least I want a way to play these.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I got some Turbo Graphics games that weren't on the mini.
Mm-hmm.
So to make sure I got those. I got like Final Fight 2 and 3 because for some reason those aren't on the NSO.
Mm.
Yeah, I cross-referenced. I was like making sure I didn't pick up anything that wasn't going to be on NSO or something. Um Eventually Harvest Moon 1 did come to NSO, but at the time I was like, well, Harvest Moon's a $500 cart. I'm not gonna
True.
pay $500
True
for this
enough.
game. I'm gonna just download it for 8. So
No, that's super fair. Honestly, like, um, there's definitely a debate whether or not like you see a little bit more consistency in prices going down for physical stuff, like especially when it's like roughly around like the release date era of it. But for like really old ones, it's typically cheaper just to get it like digitally if you start to see prices
Yep.
increase for like the actual like physical copy.
While the PS3 store's up, I should
Oh,
really sit down and really start picking up some of those PS1 titles because
oh, please, PlayStation One titles. Gotcha.
yeah, I should really start downloading more of those.
Mm. It really felt like PlayStation had something going on, like with PlayStation 1. Obviously, it's a weird tier list of like subscriptions that they're like catering towards or advertising. So there was,
Oh, the premium and the extra, yeah.
yeah, where they were actually like putting out like those versions, the PlayStation 1,
They
2. It's weird with PlayStation 3, but yeah.
No, it's weird with PS2. All it is, it's just all they're doing is the PS4 versions. Like you remember how PS4 had
Mm.
PS2 support,
Yes,
or
yes.
that's all it is. I
Okay.
cross referenced because I saw the Jack and Daxter were on there, and I was like, wait a minute,
It's just
it's
the
just the ones I
H.
have on PS4. Yeah.
Mm, gotcha. So it really is
So
just PlayStation 1 then.
yeah, it's really just PS1, and even then, it's the slowest. It's PS1 and PSP that they're
Oh,
putting
okay.
games on.
Mm.
But it is the slowest. People complain about Nintendo drip feeding. Oh my god, homie, we don't even have like. Try to think of a game on there that is even at least like I get that we're not gonna get like Crash Bandicoot or anything because we have the N-State trilogy and whatnot.
Yeah.
But like we got Tekken 2.
Yeah, okay.
That's where's 1 and 3
Why
or
exactly
like
just two?
Ridge. Yeah, or we have Ridge Racer 2 for the PSP, a game that we never got in America. Why don't we just get like I don't know, the Ridge Racer games for PS1? Like
Mm.
I don't get it. Like
Yeah, they
oh
definitely have a
and
different mindset for it.
and then they're also like some of these are exclusive to the premium tier. Like Resident Evil 1
Yeah.
is on there, the original Resident Evil 1, the tank controls and everything. But you can only play it if you have the premium subscription. And I'm like, let me just buy it.
I
Like
was
I
gonna
just
say, can't you just buy it at that point?
well, no, Namco games were like that too, but
Hmm.
Namco reverted, and now all of them are available for $10 a piece. But
Hmm. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
or
weird.
if you
Hmm.
do it the smart way, if you have a PS3,
Hmm.
at least PlayStation is actually really cool with like how licensing works. If you already own it on PS3 back then, you can download it for free on PS5.
Oh, that actually is pretty cool.
So I actually have some of my old downloads, like Wild Arms. I have that on my PS5.
Hmm.
Um, the Toy Story 2 game, which is a very good game. That's a platformer.
Oh.
Um, yeah, that's a good one. That one was free because I had it on PS1 or on PS3. So I'm just waiting for some of those to get updated. I think I got Twisted Metal 1 like that
Hmm.
as well. So, but it's really slow drip feeding. I think they just put Grandia 1.
Oh my god.
I think they just put that game on there, and I was like, first of all, that's a banger. But second, like, I thought that HD collection is out as well. So what was
Yeah.
the
So
point?
why would you focus on that?
I think people do like the look of the original, so I guess that makes sense. But
Hmm.
even then, I don't know. It's just slow. It's slow.
All right.
I do know that the Siphon Filter trilogy's on there, and I kind of want to look into getting those.
Gotcha.
Even though
Gotcha.
they're not the most expensive PS1 games in the world, I don't know. I like Siphon Filter,
Hmm.
and these have trophy support, so
Oh, that's cool.
get your platinums. I'm trying to platinum Ape Escape 1. So
It's just, it sounds like they retroactively have to do that.
yeah, you have to actually so it's hard because you have to tell the emulator when the trophy will ding off.
Really? That's crazy. Okay. All right.
So it's actually a lot harder to put in those trophies than you think because they have to actually like program it to where the game is going to give you the trophy.
Hmm. Gotcha. First timer in the chat, Marlon. How's it going? Bonjour, bonjour. He says. What they say?
Bonjour. Um, but like, yeah, people complain about Nintendo drip feeding. Oh no, man, PlayStation's pretty bad.
Hmm.
PlayStation's pretty bad at its drip feeding.
Gotcha.
And then it's weird because they consider retro. Okay, they consider the premium tier for the retro like enthusiasts, right? But then just the last update this month, they put the Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and 2,
Huh.
which are native PS4 games. If I guess it's because they're Mega Man.
I don't know. I actually have not been following a lot of PlayStation stuff as far as like subscription stuff and what that offers.
It's just kind of weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll actually have
Yeah,
to
that but
take a look at
that's
that.
how they do it. Like the Doom 1, 2, and 3 ports.
Mm.
Those are on the premium tier because they're retro, even though they're
Okay.
native PS4 ports. I I don't know. I assumed when they said retro, it was like, oh, the PS1 library and the PS2 library. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. I wish they would have got the PS3 down, like you said earlier, but that's streaming. And I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. It's rough. It's rough over there.
Yeah. But
All the more
I don't
reason.
know.
Just like look into
It's,
some like retro stuff.
it's weird. I feel like Nintendo and Xbox got backwards on lock.
Hmm.
Well, I would say Xbox has it on lock. Maybe Nintendo needs to prove me wrong, Nintendo. Let's see if the Super Switch really does do backwards, and then you got me. Then I'll be like, all right, you got it on lock.
Yeah, I
But
think that's the
Xbox
only.
definitely.
I think that's the only thing that they're missing aside from just like outputting a lot more like NES, Super NES games.
Yeah, but the thing is, if they're gonna still drip feed it in going into this next console, then that makes sense. Like let's
Yeah.
continue to like keep me it's a business thing. Keep me wanting to subscribe.
That's true. I mean, I guess like nowadays, every single subscription, whether it be like Nintendo through PlayStation, a lot of the benefits is just to be able to play it online with other folks who have the respective thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, Xbox definitely got backwards on lock for sure.
Yeah.
Like the fact that I can use my discs and it downloads the game, or I can just go on the shop and buy the game digitally. Like that's cool. I need to do that for those FromSoft games that they put on Xbox. The Otogi, is
Otogi?
that what they're called?
I think it's called
Otogi
Otogi.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
I need to buy those digitally because the physical copies out of the question. So I'm just gonna pay the digital price. It's all good.
Yeah, fair enough. But yes, Marlon over here. Oh, yes, we are good. Thank you. Honestly,
Yes.
yeah, I don't know if we ever when we want to like jump into like pickups and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. I'll do mine since it's only one first, and then
Okay.
I know I think you got a big pile, so I'm
I
gonna
kind of have a pile.
nice. The
We'll,
roles
we'll,
have reversed this time.
we'll try to slow down next time, but here we go.
Well, it's never gonna slow down.
It's never gonna slow down.
No, it might be slow next week because I don't think I have anything coming in or pickups. The week after is when another code comes out. So
Oh yeah. So
yeah,
that's the big one.
that's the big one. Yeah, I only got one this time though. And this is actually a late Christmas gift. I got it yesterday. Um, like I'm glad I got it as a Christmas gift
Mhm.
because I kind of didn't want to pay for it myself, but I do want to own it in some shape or form. And that is Gabe, this is for you. Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1.
Yeah. Wait. On the Switch.
Oh yeah, I know. The controversy is that it's on the Switch. So I'm not mad that it's the Switch version because I think it's neat to have these on the Switch. I still want to get the PS5 version so that I have them physically on a disc. Because as everybody knows, it says it right here on the box. 32 gigabytes are required
32?
to download.
Oh my god.
For the entire package, and that kind of sucks. So really, this cartridge only has the apps to start.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, but you know what?
But
At least there's no download code.
Yeah, you could redeem them.
Yeah, because there's no download code. So at least all you like, if I ever sell this or someone like if somebody ever buys the used version of this, they'll still have access to the full games.
Oh,
It just requires. It's like you just have to download an update, quote unquote.
Gotcha. But unfortunately,
Yeah.
at some point, like later on in the future, Switch will like no longer support its online services. So at
Yeah.
least that's what we
So like
believe. So
like it's like one step above like what Capcom does when
Mm.
like the Mega Man Legacy stuff, where like Legacy 1 is on the cart, but 2 is a download code. That sucks. This this at least the games technically all the apps are on the cart. You just have to pop it in and it'll all show up.
Right, right.
But they're all treated like their own game, so they're all get their own updates, and I think it's kind of like a piecemeal. Like you go into like Metal Gear Solid 1, I think, and you actually get to choose which version of the game you want to download.
Huh.
Because it's weird. So let me talk about the good things, right? The good benefits of this is that this is an actual comprehensive collection of what they're offering. It's Metal Gear Solid 1, the PS1 version, which is the Kojima version. Metal Gear Solid 2, I believe it's HD. It's Metal Gear Solid 2 HD. So that one has actually substance, which is with the updated controls. There's Metal Gear Solid 3 HD, which is again substance. So it has the updated controls. It has all of the different versions of Metal Gear Solid 1. The integral, the one that was only Japan only. VR missions are included. It's pretty comprehensive. It also includes the original Kojima MSX 8-bit games. So Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, those are included. It even includes the ones that are not Kojima like at all. The NES games, Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 Snake's Revenge. Those kind of suck, but they're in there. They're in there as bonuses, and it even includes the digital graphic novels from the PSP era.
I see. Okay.
Those like interesting like they play themselves out like a movie, but they're comics. It's interesting. It's on here.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so it is a really good collection in terms of content. In terms of quality, that's where the Switch kind of falters. So overall, Metal Gear Solid 1, no matter what console you play it on, it plays like Metal Gear Solid 1 on the PS1. They didn't do anything. Like they didn't update the frame rate. They didn't do anything. It's just playing Metal Gear 1 on a modern platform. That's
just
it.
The bare minimum.
Bare minimum. Metal Gear Solid 2 HD, that's the one I kind of have like a bone to pick with. On the Switch version, I'm gonna just get this out of the way now. Switch version of Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 runs 30 frames.
Oh.
When the PS5 and Series X versions run 60 frames. Here's my problem. I actually don't mind that 3 runs in 30 frames because it originally ran at 30 frames on PS2. So for me, it's like, okay, I mean, it should have ran 60 frames. This is a PS3 port we're talking about, but whatever. It's 2 that I have a problem with because 2 ran 60 frames on the PS2. There should be no reason that 2 runs 30 frames. That's unfortunate. Am I just still gonna play it and like it? Yes, because I think it's neat to have it on the go. You know, like I think it's fun to have this collection in general. So I'm really happy I got the Switch version just to screw around with it.
Right.
But yeah, if you're gonna get it, I would probably recommend PS5 if you're really hardcore about it. I still think the Switch version is cool though. So it's kind of a toss-up. I would like to see how this rumored volume 2 is gonna go, because if that's the case, I would kill to see Metal Gear Solid 4 and 5 run on the Switch.
It's download code only. I'm calling it out right now.
It's gotta be, right? Because there's no way that's gonna fit. There's no way those games fit on a cart. There's no way. Here's the thing though. Those specific games, I would understand if they went this route. These ones right now, nah, there's no way. They could have fit those on the cart. But yeah, no, there's no way 4 and 5. And I mean, like, I think the rumored list is Peace Walker HD, 4 Guns of the Patriots, 5 Ground Zeroes, and 5 The Phantom Pain.
Yeah, you can't put that on that little tiny Switch card.
There's no way.
They have to like do some crazy science.
That's cap.
Cart. Yeah.
That's cap. Like if they manage to do it, that's crazy. But I actually think that would be more excusable as a download thing. Because of what you're like trying to get. At that point, I get it. As long as they're not cloud versions, we're good.
Oh no.
Yeah,
You're right.
no,
You're
we're good.
right. Honestly,
Cloud versions scare
maybe
me.
just wait until Super Switch. Maybe just wait until the Super Nintendo Switch.
Ooh, that would be cool if they did the Super Switch version.
Get an
I have a
update.
theory. I have a theory that Visions of Mana is a Super Switch game, and that's why they didn't announce it for Switch.
Oh, gotcha.
So makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, man. It kind of sucks just not really knowing, but I get it because obviously you want to really filter how much information you get let out there before you finalize all your ideas. So,
Mhm.
I mean, you remember all those talks way back when with what was it, Gamescom, about like stuff happening behind like closed doors or even
Yeah.
curtains about like I think one of them was like Final Fantasy VII remake running on the Switch, and then just like a
And
boosted version of Breath of the Wild.
the Matrix Unreal demo was running on the Switch. Apparently,
Yeah.
they're running on that console, whatever it was. Yeah,
Mm,
supposedly, Nintendo's like, nah, we don't know anything about that. Okay,
mm.
whatever you say. Also, I just want to point out really one quick before you start your pickups.
I
Some of my minor spoilers for a very old game, I guess.
mm,
But some of my favorite things in Metal Gear are like the fourth wall breaking things, obviously, and they actually include dip switches in the in game
mm,
where you're actually like whenever Psycho Mantis wants to quote unquote read your memory card, so he's reading your mind.
mm.
On PS1, it was determined on your Konami games that you own for PlayStation 1. Um, they let you turn on the dip switches with which games you want included on the memory card.
Yeah, that's right.
So you're actually able to like turn all of them on if you want to see them actually talk about each one, or just turn them all off.
Mm,
It's up to you which ones you want to own, quote unquote.
I see.
Another big thing is the part where the colonel asks you to call Meryl, but you don't know the codec.
Mm.
There's no like you don't know it at all. And then he says, check the back of the box. And on PS1, you would look at the back of the box and it's a picture of that codec. And you're like, wow, that's stupid smart. They made sure to include that. It's right here.
Oh, wow.
Just to make sure that you can go on the back of the box and look at it.
That's good. That's
That's
smart.
that's good. See, like if there's so many good things about this collection, and then there's like little things that like, oh, it could have been so much better. It
Mm.
kills me. Like they tried, like they went out of their way to do really cool things, and then they were like, nah, but let's make them run like bare minimum. That kills me. But
Mm.
yeah, like I just wanted to point that out. I actually want to play this soon because I want to see how they handle the whole Psycho Mantis fight in general. Because it's like, what am I supposed to do? Plug in a second controller on my Switch to make sure I can kill him?
Yeah, register another controller.
Yeah, well, it says unplug your controller from socket 1 to socket 2, and I'm just kind of like,
Oh.
how? I don't have sockets on modern consoles.
Well, I was thinking that like maybe you can register another controller at the same time, but
Okay,
that'd be kind of difficult for those who just don't have a second controller like
okay.
that.
I'm
Unless
gonna
you
throw
can
you a
do like
curveball.
two different Joy Cons.
I was gonna say I'm gonna throw you a curveball. How do you do it if you're strictly a portable player? Let me rephrase that.
Mm.
How would you do it if you're a Switch Lite player?
You don't buy the game.
Because this is yeah, this is
What
fine
is
to be
it?
played
What
on
do
the
the
Switch
controller
Lite.
support? Say in the back of the box.
Pro controller supported, TV one, stand up or like
Hmm.
I forgot what it's called that mode, but set up the screen like standing up is fine, and then portable play fine.
Oh, okay. And they
It
only
works for
say
everything.
one player for every single
Yeah.
one of those occasions. Okay. Hmm.
So I don't know.
I guess like if there's something you miss as far as like the settings for that particular like game that lets you like
Yeah.
register as second player.
There is I do know that there's a cute little video that they added for Metal Gear Solid 1 where it tells you to switch the disc to disc 2. They actually have an animation where it changes the disc. And I'm like, that's funny. That's good. That's cute.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's a lot of good. I think the pros definitely outweigh the cons, but yeah, those
Yeah.
cons are pretty big.
Yeah, it was just a different type of game back then too.
Yeah.
So they had to
Oh,
compensate with some.
I should also mention that every one of the games do have a warning now when you start up the game.
Hmm.
It has one of those like those very the PC warnings where it was like this game is a game of its time.
Oh,
And so we're not altering it because we acknowledge that this is developed by us and that kind of thing.
gotcha.
And when I thought about it, I was like, Metal Gear, why would they need that? And then I realized, oh, yeah, no, you know what? Yeah, some things have not aged well in that in those games.
That's fair. That's fair. So like certain things they won't like alter because it's just part of like the original game.
it's it's not censoring the content to appeal to people. It's just look, this is what it was. We're presenting it as is.
Fair enough. I can get down with that.
Yeah. I believe it's because of the racism in the game, like the
Yeah.
where Mei Ling has the really, really like bad fake Chinese accent.
There's some
It's that
things that
stuff
they
like
do. There's some things that they
that
do.
that and the over sexualization of like women in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the part where Snake has to only find out that Meryl's a female because of the way she shakes her hips, and I'm just like, yikes! I was talking to Katrina about this last night, and I was just like, I totally forget about these scenes, and I'm like, oh crap! Oof, oof! What a time!
What a time. The games age with us, but they don't develop like we do.
That's a really good way to put it.
Mm.
They're still good games though. Great
Yeah, I
games.
can still appreciate the work of it at the time,
Yeah.
so long as it wasn't trying to like carry some other type of message.
Mhm.
It's like, oh, that's dark, bro. Like, what do you mean? I guess we'll jump into my like hiccups
Not my Japanese animes.
in my good Christian anime game. Alrighty, I do have quite the pile over here, but I will go ahead and start
Ooh.
off with something that I picked up just today. It was part
Today.
it was part of the little Christmas like gift. Like they just had it on clearance, so I was like, okay, I'll buy this alongside like these other gifts I had planned for the family. It is Trials of Mana. And I was like, I don't have this. I'm curious about it, so I should just grab this copy while it's still like a clearance
Oh,
thing.
buddy.
So
Oh,
that's what,
you're gonna like that game.
yeah, I really love the like the visual aesthetics. Like I think the art style is like really nice with this
The
one.
music's top tier.
Hmm.
The
Yeah.
music is so good in
Other
that
than
game.
that, I
Oh,
don't.
the
I know that you and I have a lot more history and experience with the series, or if not, just at least one of them. I have.
Anaya?
I have
Oh, you know what? He does have collection of mana, huh?
Yeah, I think
That's
so.
right.
So I have zero experience with this one. So
Is that technically going to be your first mana game?
yeah, it would technically be my first one.
Not bad. That's not a bad choice.
Mm-hmm.
I personally always recommend Secret of Mana as your first game, but to be fair, that remake is really good. Except the voice acting. That they kind of cut the budget on that one. But
oh no.
But I will say, um, Justin, for you to like truly, because there's technically 3 different stories, and you're not going to see all 3 of them in one go.
Oh no.
So what you would like to do is look up the specific pairings. Essentially, you get to choose 3 characters, and that's it. You at the beginning of the game, they will only let you choose 3, and then you're going to play the whole game with just those 3.
Gotcha.
Okay, but there's 6 characters, right?
I do see them.
Okay. If you pick 2 specific characters together, there are 3 pairs. Each of those pairs have a storyline that goes through. The third character is always just going to kind of be there and then tease another story.
Oh, okay.
So, like for instance, my first playthrough was with the Princess Angela,
One of them.
the one with the purple hair.
Oh yeah.
And then the Knight Dun. I forgot his name. Doesn't have his name on the box, huh?
I don't. Yeah, they don't.
Okay, cool. The dude on the main cover, the one with the long hair, the orange hair with the sword.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, them two have a story together.
Oh, okay.
And then I just kind of chose the little magic girl as a
That's the third
as my
one.
healer. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's those kinds of pairings have their own like stories. So I actually plan to play that again before Visions of Mana, with a different story. That way, it's a different experience.
I see. So if you choose one without a pairing to it, it would just run like normal. You just wouldn't have that extra bit of story content in there.
Yeah. So technically, there is a fourth route, I guess, because you could pick one of each pair and not have a consistent story. I guess I never actually thought about that.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about that.
That's now. I think I'm gonna run it like that when I do it.
But yeah, I am looking forward to this one because it's certainly a series that's been obviously like Visions of Mana got announced, so it's like, oh, there's definitely a lot of life into the series, so definitely want to jump into that.
I definitely think you should pick up Collection of Mana to get the older games, because
I
it
was thinking
also
about that.
includes Trials, but the original
original
version of Trials, that it's the first time it got translated for us before the
Oh,
remake.
really? Okay.
So that's always fun. But really, you want it for Secret of Mana the most.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, I'll definitely have to
You don't.
check and see.
Also, as a Mana fan, Justin, you don't have to play the first one. Don't play Adventures of Mana. I think unless you use a guide, I would not recommend you play.
Oh my god.
It's a Zelda style game. It's a Zelda style game. So
oh no. Oh
except
no.
really cryptic. So
oh no. Okay, well I can still get this on Amazon. So okay, sick.
Oh, it's super cheap. It's not an expensive game at all.
Yeah, okay, good. So long as I got in that nice sweet spot. Nice.
Dude, you can get it for like 20, I think. I think that's like the lowest I've seen it go, or lower.
Crazy. All right.
Yeah,
all right.
It's not expensive.
Yeah, I got this one like $20-ish, just a little
yeah,
that.
See?
So I was like,
it was brand new for 40 when it came out. So yeah.
Really just for oh wow.
Yeah, Trials.
That's crazy because I have another Square Enix game right here that wasn't like $40.
Oh, no.
It's funny you should say
that. Oh, I think I know.
All right, I guess we'll continue. So this other one, all Play Asia. These are all from Play Asia. So, and all came in one like nice like box. Here's the first one.
We import boys now.
We got the pixel remasters of Final Fantasies 1 through 6. Man, I gotta make sure I get the languages right. Yes.
Goated.
So
goated pixel remasters.
That's sick that I could just like I'll slot in the card in and just 6 tiles just pop up. And I'm like, oh.
Oh, have you popped it in?
Not yet. It's still in this little wrapping, just for this particular case. And then I'll start.
Yes, they are. They are not the definitive versions of those games. Well, depending on who you ask. But I think they're the most accessible ones. And really, it's the bare minimum of story that you need for each one to make them good. So, like, they don't include like the GBA exclusive dungeons, or they don't include like the PSP remake like exclusive content. But they are remakes of their original respective games, which means I think this is the first time we've get 3 in its original like 8-bit form or pixel form. Because the only way we got 3 in America, and I got it right here. In America, the only way they released Final Fantasy 3 was this bad boy.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The 3D remake. So, no, that collection's good. Yeah. You know, it does have a little bit of mobile quirks because it was originally a mobile series, you know.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But I do think they modernized it enough for consoles that it's totally recommended to pick those up. It's so good.
100%. Just an FYI for everybody. Yeah, this is something that from what I understand, Play Asia is kind of the only one who's carrying a physical copy. Otherwise, you have to get it like digitally. And regardless of physical or digital, it is kind of high to get everything all at once.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I think $40 or anything like that.
Square on Steam still. The Steam versions came out before consoles. It's still a $70 bundle if you want. It's like 70 to 80 or something like that. And it's also that price on mobile. So yeah. So 80 was it 80 for the physical, I think? Yeah.
I believe so.
I would say that's a good deal. $10 more just to have a physical copy of all 6 of those games. Yeah.
Fair enough. Another one that's actually really cool as a physical bundle is the hold on, face cam over here, is the Atelier Dusk trilogy here. So now
Ooh,
I now have the Mysterious trilogy, and now I have the Dusk
yeah,
trilogy, and I think that I'm missing another one. Uh,
hell yeah.
I'm trying to
Oh, I
remember
think you're
exactly
missing.
which one.
Oh, I'm trying to remember. It's the other mysterious game, right? The
Hmm. No, I
I'm
think
trying.
it
What
went by a different name as a trilogy.
is it? Oh, there's another trilogy, but they have not ported it to Switch
Oh, really?
or modern platforms. Yeah,
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, because I was wondering
Because
if
the
I was
secret,
missing.
I think the secret trilogy is the Rise of Games,
Yeah, those are the Rise of games.
and
Mysterious
then
Ones includes Sophie 1, and Sophie 2 is a
Sophia
separate
One.
thing.
Yeah,
And then the Dust trilogy here, but I could have sworn there was another trilogy that was already available, but if it isn't,
I don't think.
all right.
I don't think it's a. I don't think it's a. Pull up Amazon real quick. I
I,
don't think it's
I'm gonna go ahead and look up maybe Play Asia
a
and see if they have
trilogy,
it.
but I think I know which one you're talking about. Let me see.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
By the way, I feel like a fool not picking up Atelier Rise of 3 because now it's hard to find.
Really? Oh no, that's
Yeah,
rough.
I gotta really
It,
look into picking that up soon.
man, it came out last year. I mean, I guess it's the same thing as like uh the what was it? Trails to Azure?
Yeah, Trails to Azure. Oh, you're looking for Atelier Lulua?
Yeah, that's one of them.
Lulua. Atelier Lulua, the Sion of Arlen. The Arlen trilogy.
Gotcha, gotcha.
The Arlen trilogy has not been ported.
I see, I see.
Or if it has, they didn't make a physical copy of it.
There's also Atelier Marie. That's not a trilogy. That's just like its standalone thing. I didn't get that. So
Oh, Atelier Marie is interesting. That's the first ever Atelier game, like period.
is it the first? I could have sworn there was more.
Yes.
I mean, there's more,
No,
but like,
Atelier Marie is the absolute first Atelier game ever made.
hmm,
But the one on Switch is a remake. It's a 3D remake of it.
hmm.
But it also includes the original game, if I'm not mistaken.
It
So
does, yeah.
it includes the PS1 original in
Gotcha,
English for the first time.
gotcha. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the reason I never even got like Marie in the first place because at the time that I decided to take this seriously and like place orders, the Switch version was unsurprisingly sold out at the time.
Yeah.
So it's probably back in stock, just not that like nice, cool reduced pricing that they had.
I
Uh,
don't believe it's actually in stock. Which I've been checking PlayAsia prices recently because I kind of want to get Legends of Mana.
hmm,
Because Legends of Mana is also on Switch, but it's physically only in Asia.
hmm.
So
Gotcha. The next copy that I have here,
oh, it is
uh,
in stock.
okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too I'm not too concerned about like stocks for that one for a little bit, but
Yeah,
I should
it's
get
not
around to
rare.
it. I
It's
should
not
get.
rare.
I'd probably like try to get like another bundle order once I know exactly maybe 3 or so copies of
I
things that I
think
don't have.
I think what I want to do is save up some money and then just do a big order from PlayAsia as well, and
Ooh,
just get some imports that I really need to get.
I think the ones I'm missing is that one for Marie. The other ones probably be Klonoa, like 1 and 2, and
Ooh,
probably Grandia as well.
oh, nice. I think I okay. You're about to talk about one that I'm missing, and I'm really
Mm.
sad. I know it because I think I've seen the picture,
Oh
but I
no.
know.
Oh, I'm pretty. Well, actually, we'll see.
Well, I'm missing the two Atelier collections.
Fair
I'm
enough.
missing both of the trilogies, but I know for sure you have one that I'm really sad because I don't have it, and
Mm.
I need. I have a mighty need to get that in my collection.
For sure, for sure. Here, let's go with this one. The next one I have here, also from Square, is Chrono Cross.
That's the one. I hate you. That's the
It-
one.
it's cool that we have a port for this one on the Switch. I have Chrono Trigger on Steam, so it has that cool like wide HD like
Yep.
support. But this is just a cool port and just in general just to have. So I was like, okay, it's definitely one of those. I was like, okay, I should probably look into like Play Asia stuff. So
Yeah.
we have this
Chrono
one.
Cross is really good. It's underrated. It definitely is flawed in many ways, like game
Mhm.
wise, but I think it's pretty fun. I think it's a pretty good game. It's the music though. Ooh,
Mm,
buddy. The music
the
is
music.
chef's kiss. Yeah, I have my. I'm not gonna pull it out, but I do have the original Chrono Cross on PS1, so
Gotcha.
it's a great game.
Hmm.
I need that physical copy because I don't have it in my collection. That is one I didn't get to import.
Hmm.
So like my list right now is like Legend of Mana, Chrono Cross, the two Fatal Frame games,
Oh man, yeah.
Maiden of Blackwater, and what's the other one? Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. Yeah.
Hmm.
And then I really want to get Saga Frontier remastered.
Oh,
Is that
oh
what
yeah,
it's
that's
called?
right.
Yeah. And then Romancing Saga 3. That's what I have listed so far.
Gotcha, gotcha. I'd probably have to still dig like further into whatever like games that they actually have like there
A
still.
lot of Square Enix retro releases didn't get physical copies anywhere. It's only in Asia. It's really weird.
Hmm. Ooh, all right. So I got a big one. This is the big one. Sea of
uh
Stars. This is an insane like physical copy because it's just like, well, I think you have the option to go for like a standard version of it, but like this is just has a whole bunch of other stuff. I have to look into it. I think there's a soundtrack in this one as well.
Ooh.
Um but it does come with like this cool little bit of art here. I think there's a couple of them like in the sleeve here. But
That's the Japanese release, correct?
I believe so.
Yeah, I see the A rating on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
That's the
if you open this up, I'm pretty sure they have like the multi-language one inside. So,
No, I believe it's literally the Japanese cart, but when you pop it in,
hmm.
it'll play in English.
Well, okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's what counts.
Yeah, it counts.
So, I also just love like the illustration on this one. It's the box art is really nice.
Yeah. I'm waiting to see what the American version is going to look like this year.
Hmm.
And once they show me the artwork, then I'll decide which one I want.
Honestly, I didn't know if they would have like an English one, so I was like, yeah, we
No,
could.
they announced early or late last year that it is going to get one in America, but in 2024. And so I was like, okay,
Oh, okay,
it is going to be retail release. So I need to see.
that's sick. Okay.
Yeah, I like to see what it actually looks like.
Because I did miss out on the messenger, and now that I look at it, I'm like, ah, man, that would have been cool as to pick up as physical. It's still worth it regardless. So definitely recommend playing the messenger if anything. And then if you don't really care physical or not, Sea of Stars following after that. So
Yeah, Sea of Stars is man. Oh, I need to play that.
mm, yeah, so that's what I have, and I'm hoping that's it for a little bit. But now that we just talked about other things listed on PlayAsia, maybe that won't actually.
Oh
That might
man,
still be a problem.
my honestly, if I can go with only just two, or like if I'm never gonna import again, and this is my last time ever,
Mm.
I literally only want Legend of Mana, the Chrono Cross, the Radical Dreamers edition, and then the two Fatal Frame games, and that's really the big ones I want.
Mm.
I can live without any other one, but those in particular, I'm like, I really need those in my collection.
Yeah, and I've already said, yeah, I'm probably missing Tellier Marie, Grandia, Klonoa. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I lied. Baten Kaidos 1 and 2.
All right, gotta add that to the list too.
Yeah, I totally forgot that that got in Asia and Europe only.
That's rough.
That is rough because like I like to collect first party Nintendo games, and on GameCube, those are
GameCube,
way
that
out of my
was,
price range.
yeah. Uh, I'm starting to get to where you are, Phil. Like money is not really secure all the way over here because even though I'm saving, there's also a couple of like trips and whatnot that are showing up.
Yeah.
I can talk
Yep.
about that real quick. January and February, like respectively, I actually have like a couple of like family trips going on with that one. I won't really like go and disclose it quite yet. I'll probably just talk about after the trip, after the fact. So, but that's gonna probably be like a pretty penny, like just having those trips on board. But I'm glad to be able to do it. But yeah, otherwise I have to be saving stuff for sure. Did you
That's
have
what's
any?
up.
Do you have any other trips that you're planning out for the year? I know we've talked about
Um
the conventions and whatnot.
we have some of the conventions for sure. I think I will be going down south to Mexico this year because
Hmm.
it's my mother's 60th birthday, and we are going to celebrate with all the family. So we
Oh,
are
cool.
going to take a big old like trip together
That's
and
cool.
meet up with a lot of the family in Mexico. Yeah.
Hmm.
I believe you're going on the same trip as me this year, though. Should be hitting the Mark's wedding this year
Oh, yes. That's going to be
in
in July?
November.
November? Okay.
November.
I'm thinking about July's for someone else. But yeah, okay, November. Gotcha.
Yeah, November should be the wedding date. Uh, somewhere in November. I have 2 weddings to go to though, like in that month. It's Mark and someone, and it's like literally the week before Mark's wedding. And I'm like, dude, how am I? Because the thing is, I don't get time off during that time period, so I'm gonna have to just.
You have to wrap up
I'm
and
gonna have to
go.
save up. Yeah, I'm gonna just have to like use my sick time.
Are you traveling for both?
Um,
Or is it just Mark?
no, I'm not traveling for the other one. It's just Mark.
Okay. I think that's the same
I
thing
believe
for
it.
me.
I believe it's going to be in the States now, so I'm able to actually go because the problem was that time frame. I wouldn't have like a way to call off work if it was going to be the destination wedding, but now that it's going to
Aye.
be in the States, I should be all right. I just have to time my frames correctly to call off of work.
Yeah. Because I also have something similar. Maybe not in the same month, but it was like 1 month after the other. So,
Yeah.
but one of them I don't have to, I'm pretty sure I don't have to travel for. It's just Mark's. So,
Yep. I say we do because Mark is a couple hours away from where I think I want to go, but well, I let me ask Mark exactly the location.
what do you, what do you
Let
mean
me
by
ask Mark the exact location.
what do
And
you,
we should see if we can make a trip to the limited run store
yes.
because I think it's not that far. He says North Carolina is only 3 hours away from him, so it's like
We can make a day trip out of that.
that's what I'm saying. We can make a day trip. Like we start really early in the morning and we go, we get some breakfast over there, we go to the store, and then we come back. There you go.
That's gonna be sick. Oh man, I have to. I'm gonna
It's
have
like
to.
going. It's like going to Vegas. Like it's like going to
Yes.
Vegas. Like yeah, for us at least.
Hmm. Yeah. Speaking of Vegas, actually, yeah, we were. Well, I guess technically last year, that was TwitchCon as well as Evo, a couple months apart. But now, we're planning things out for like respective conventions. So that's also another thing.
Yeah, hoping I can
Yeah,
go to Evo this year. Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
I think I'm more likely will be able to go to Retro Gaming Expo, which is for
I.
sure.
I.
Yeah, but as long as nothing gets in the way of Evo, we should be all right. Yeah, because my family trip is in July, not June,
Hmm.
and Evo's in July, huh?
Like
Oh
late
no.
July. Wait.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh no.
I might have to. I have to look. I have to look. It might be June. Is what I'm thinking about for my family trip.
Gotcha. I'll just go and verify what Evo's gonna be.
I have to plan out the rest of this year. Yeah, I got to cross reference.
Yeah. Looks like for Evo, in Vegas is going to be from the 19th to the 21st of July. Oh yeah, that's because of the fact that it was overlapping with Comic Con as well. But Comic Con's gonna be like at the very last like week of July of this year.
Yeah, I have to check with my sister and see when the plans for the trip is.
I.
Yeah. Yeah, because I get my big request form starting next month. So once I get that form, I am able to put in time, like my vacation time for the rest of the year. So
I gotcha. So yeah, as you guys can see, we're definitely in that
yeah,
stage in our lives, just planning like trips and whatnot.
yeah, basically.
Mm. But yeah, I
Oh,
think
that's
I'm trying to think of other things that we have planned out for like the upcoming year. A lot of Tanuki stuff, by the way.
a
Exclamation point
lot.
Tanuki. I still gotta work on like a couple edits here and there. One of them includes like some capture equipment I've showcased like to you guys like early on. The other one was like the Ronin, the just the grip for the Switch. So there's that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not gonna be too like demanding of a thing, but yeah, I gotta like get started on that kind of stuff.
And then starting tomorrow, You should see another pickups week starting tomorrow. We'll be. I'm gonna definitely make it my priority to make sure it is on the week every day, every Sunday.
Mm,
So that one's gonna be for sure.
gotcha.
And then I'm not gonna give away what we're doing, but I think in like 2 weeks we'll be meeting up here
Mm,
in the game room and doing a long recording session.
let's go.
So we got that planned out too to get those. Anaya's got a lot of things coming out as well.
Mm,
As far as he's been telling us, yeah, he's got a lot of things planned out. We are making a list of certain things that we were getting ready to go to. So
yeah. It's just a list that's compiling different lists as well.
oh, it's a lot. I've got like 5 and I want to kill myself. I didn't think making this list was gonna be so hard, but I'm sitting here looking at my collection going, oh crap, no, I really do have a lot of games.
mm.
Oh, oh,
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
yep.
Yeah, and I've,
Yep,
I've, I've
yep,
pretty
yep.
much been doing like my stuff on the side here, just trying to like support all these different like channel fronts, and it's been a juggle to figure out what works as far as like a schedule and things. And I think I have it down. I just need to figure out a consistent Tanuki filming and editing schedule.
Yeah, I've also been thinking of what to do with the Tanuki Media Discord channel and actually like
Oh,
making that open finally. But we'll see. Well, more updates on that later. I have to
for
really
sure.
go into it. Like go into it, make sure we set up appropriate mods, make sure we set appropriate rules.
Mm,
Yeah, and really get the ball rolling on that too.
gotcha. And set up the Patreon, correct?
You
No, we're
know,
not. I mean, what? What? That'd be kind of sick, though.
eventually,
Yeah, that'd be kind of
eventually
cool.
that would definitely be the case.
Mm.
We would have to really sit down like for a full day and talk about like
Oh,
those kind of plans.
for sure.
Yeah, that's business. Like we got to really
That's
like sit
actually
down and
business.
yeah.
Mm.
So we
Unanimously,
got
like
to yeah.
it's like who's in charge? I am. You are.
But I thought I was, and then we just have a Mexican standoff and just
No, cloud smokes and the occasional fist comes out in the
oh
game
no,
room.
oh no. So we'll see.
We'll see about
We'll
that.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far yeah, but no, in terms of game room stuff, yeah, this couch has to be replaced soon. It's getting there.
Oh man, dude.
I don't think
Well,
it's gonna make it past this year.
yeah. God, I'm trying to think about the sync level on that central seat.
Yeah, it sinks hard, and it's
Mm,
weird because I never sit there. I always sit on the left side because
mm,
that's my favorite seat. So I always sit there. I don't know. It's weird. I
mm.
I don't get it. But yeah, the new Switch shelf I want to get for sure, and then I'm gonna use that old Switch shelf for my movies and stuff back here, so they have a little bit more breathing room.
Gotcha. Oh, that's fair.
And yeah, and then I think I might want to get a specific shelf for just my vinyls because I'm not like completely full up there yet,
Mm,
but they're heavy, and I don't like them being on the top because I can see it bowing, and I'm like,
mm.
that might have to change.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, they're getting heavy.
Yeah, it'd also be kind of cool if you had like one of those that let you like. Well, I mean, granted, this is like for CD shops and whatnot, where you can like flip them through like vertically or like from like
Oh,
the
like
top
an old
down.
like an old crate, so you just kind of
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you just
mm.
like no, that one.
Maybe I could look into that. I just have to figure out where I put it
That's true.
because, like I said, like I was telling you earlier, like the space behind me, where the Rosalina and the Palutena picture is,
Mm,
that's a chimney, and I'm no that's an unoperational chimney. It doesn't work anymore, so it's like
mm.
I'm just gonna use those two pictures to cover it up, and then I'm gonna just put things behind it
Ah, okay.
or in front of it. I just don't know if I want to put shelves or we were thinking about the gaming chairs, like in
Oh
the
yeah,
room
yeah, yeah.
instead of the
Instead
couch.
of the couch, that would
And
definitely
so
make the area just like breathable.
for sure, because then we can just put these shelves, these cubbies up there instead.
Hmm. Yeah, I can see that.
Hmm.
I'm curious
My
about
only
like what the shelving's gonna look like for the Switch after that, though.
Oh yeah, I want to make sure I get a proper corner shelf, but I need to take the measurements, and then I need to see where I can get those.
True.
Because I want to make sure. And then I have this space up here that I can put a floating shelf for like my CD games. So that's always a thing, at least for now, because I'm not like retroactively collecting CD games all day. So like my PS1 games would be fine, just chilling there for now.
I.
And then it opens up a little bit more space for my 64 games, and so I don't know. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I have to figure out how to utilize the space like perfectly.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think that.
Oh no, we still have all the lists I pulled up.
Oh, upcoming games coming out for 2024 between winter and spring.
Some of the ones I pulled up for all three major platforms. So
all three.
Yeah. Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo. Yeah, so I pulled up all three. So which one would you want to start with?
You know what? We can start with Xbox since we haven't even talked much about Xbox like throughout the podcast. So
all right.
Yeah.
In the spirit of Mark, we can talk about Xbox. Really? Like some of our most anticipated games coming out on Xbox. A lot of it's third party. So like a lot of the stuff that's coming out on Xbox, I probably won't play on Xbox. You know, stuff like Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown is coming out on it. Tekken 8.
Ooh.
The Apollo Justice Ace Attorney trilogy, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Those are more like other consoles for me personally. However, with Game Pass, Persona 3 Reload's probably going to be the first big Game Pass game this year for it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep. So that is a big Game Pass game for sure.
Music's shaping up for that one, by the way. I'm just playing that in my head right now.
Yeah. What's another big one? Another big Game Pass game is Udian Chronicles 100 Heroes.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I would like to pick that up on Switch, but you know, hey, if I want to try it first, Game Pass is right there.
Is that also Game Pass? Huh.
Yeah, that they announced that was going to be a Game Pass game, yeah.
Sweet.
So that's for sure. Remember that actually I'll talk about that when we talk about PlayStation. But yes. Some other multi-platform games that you might play, maybe other people might play. South Park Snow Day. Sorry, I can't believe I messed that up. The Plucky Squire.
Oh wow, that's finally coming out.
Yep.
That's
sometime in 2024. One that they announced at the Xbox show that is supposedly coming out this year. We'll see. And that's Star Wars Outlaws.
Yes.
That's gonna be a really fun one. And then no, that's about it. That's about really what's confirmed. And then first party wise, this year we have Avowed.
Oh yes, finally. Let's see that.
Yep, Avowed is coming this year. So is Senua. I'm sorry, Hellblade 2, Senua Saga. That's going to be a big one this year for them as well. I forgot. Is it called Towerborn? Yes, Towerborn. That's coming out this year as well. So we got some bangers. We got some bangers. Along with the yearly Call of Duty, you know. But this is going to be the first Call of Duty under Xbox, so we are going to see how that turns out.
Although I'm pretty sure a lot of development was already like laid out prior to the acquisition, right?
Yeah, I'm sure. But I would like to see how they're going to handle distribution, and maybe it's a Game Pass game.
Oh, okay, you got a point there.
That would be the craziest Game Pass game.
Yeah.
we'll see.
Essentially, it's free to play at that point.
Basically. PlayStation, some upcoming PlayStation games. Again, some multi-platform games. You know, Prince of Persia is also coming out on PlayStation. The big PlayStation game this month, there's two. For me, it would be The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered.
Fair enough.
That comes out on the 19th. And Tekken 8 is probably the biggest, in my opinion. Like I said, that one is coming out on Xbox. That's a PlayStation game for me. Tekken and PlayStation for me personally has always been synonymous. Like I don't think I don't think I truly own a PlayStation until there is a Tekken release. Like I don't know, like Tekken has always been a show off game for like a showcase game for PlayStation. It's just always been like that.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's like, oh, the PS5 Tekken is here, baby. It's finally here. So I already know Anaya's basically non-existent during that time.
Yeah, we won't see him.
He literally even said he's not even recording anything for Tanuki or doing anything. He's just gonna play. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like
I
no, I get it. Tekken is Anaya's bread and butter. As much as I love Tekken, I am not hardcore like learning Tekken. I just like to play it.
Yeah, same.
I'm much more of a casual fan of Tekken than I am like hardcore at it. You know, PlayStation's getting Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. Here is a PlayStation game here's a game I do associate with PlayStation more, and that's why I probably will talk about it here a little bit more. I forget that this month we're getting Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. That's coming out this month, dude. That's crazy. That game literally is throwing everything in the kitchen sink. Like, dude, there's an Animal Crossing like style game in there. There's a Pokemon style game now.
Oh,
it's part of the turn-based series. So this is considered the 8th game in the series. Like this is the 8th mainline Yakuza game, I guess. So it is following the Like a Dragon or Yakuza Like a Dragon formula where it's a turn-based RPG. So it's gonna be a big one. I guess I'll talk about it briefly. I'm not interested until I see reviews or see things about it. But Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League.
Yeah, well, I mean, you'd still want to like get that game, right?
No.
I mean,
like I don't know. It's not
because like there's a reason, and I know what the reason is, but like
it's just not for me. I guess I really love Rocksteady games though. Like Rocksteady's Batman games are incredible. It's just like I don't know. I really hope it does well. Like I never wish failure upon a game. That's messed up. But man, I just don't see myself playing Suicide Squad anytime soon.
Yeah, fair enough.
PlayStation's getting Persona 3 Reload. So, you know. Big first party game next month though is Helldivers 2.
Oh, okay.
That's a fun one. Helldivers 1 is really cool. So I'm excited to try out Helldivers 2.
Hey, add that to the list.
Maybe gotta add it to the list. Skull and Bones might actually come out.
Don't add that to.
Yeah, it might actually release. Let's see. I don't know.
I keep saying it. This is February.
But I think let's not kid ourselves. The big PlayStation game next month is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Oh, let's go.
At the end of the month, February 29th, baby, we are back in Midgard where we belong. I am so ready to play that game, dude. It's not even funny.
It's gonna be a huge game.
Not even funny. I'm so ready to play it. March, you have a remake of a game I'm waiting to see reviews on first, or a new game in the series. Or is a reboot? It's a reboot. Alone in the Dark is getting a reboot.
Huh.
And it's getting a Resident Evil style reboot. And I'm like, okay.
Right. Okay.
You know what? I'm interested. We'll see how that works.
Isn't that the same one that was like on the NSO?
Same series, yes.
Same series. Okay.
Yeah. I think though March for PlayStation has 2 really big titles, and I think those are going to be the ones people are going to look at for sure. And both of them release the same day, so I don't know how people are going to actually pick games. Because that's also the same day Princess Peach Showtime shows up, so we'll see. But you're looking at Dragon's Dogma 2.
Okay.
Which that's a big game. That's a huge like game for PlayStation to get. Or it's on Series X as well, but it's fun to see Capcom finally go back to some of their older titles that people didn't think they were going to do. Especially because Capcom is in that financial spot now where they can do fun releases. They don't have to do the ones that are going to make them money all day. And I think Dragon's Dogma 2 is going to be really, really cool, especially for modern Monster Hunter fans when they find out that game kind of plays a little bit like Monster Hunter, but not really. Like it's like some of the combat reminds me of Monster Hunter, but realistically, you're controlling an entire party by yourself, like on command. So it's pretty interesting. I like the original Dragon's Dogma. That's going to be what I watch for sure. But the big first party game for March is Rise of the Ronin.
Oh, yes.
By Team Ninja. So that's going to be a big one. And Team Ninja don't miss. I don't think Team Ninja really misses. Like they miss, but not all the time. Like
they're pretty on spot with some of these.
I was going to say Ninja Gaiden 3 was probably the one they miss with. Other than that, I hear nothing but good things about what are they called on PlayStation 4? I'm forgetting the name of the game, but it's two games that came out on PS4. They got a PS5 re-release, like a collection. I'm forgetting, but yes, those are. I can't just say that and they forget. Give me a minute. I'm just gonna look it up.
Fair enough.
Oh, Neo 1 and 2. Yep.
Why am I blanking on that one?
They also made Wolong Fallen Dynasty. So that also was pretty decent. Okay, so
I now remember.
Yeah, so that's a big thing. They're also getting Udian Chronicles 100 Heroes. Remember that? South Park Snow Day is coming there as well. And then I guess we need to see more info, maybe like Death Stranding 2 and whatnot, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. So PlayStation definitely has some big titles coming out within the spring timeframe.
Got you.
And then we got Nintendo, who at least has a lot of their plans laid out.
That's true.
But for instance, I'll talk about it here because this is the console I'm going to pick this up on eventually. That's Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. All you had to tell me was that game was being developed by Ubisoft Montpellier, and that, geez, damn, you sold me. They're the team at Ubisoft that's done Rayman Origins, Rayman Legends, Beyond Good and Evil games. Oh God, stick a gun to my head, dude. Yeah, I'm picking that up. Like, did you see the target resolutions and frame rates for all the consoles they announced?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Dude, bare minimum 60 frames on everything.
Okay.
So Switch is 720p undocked, 1080p docked, 60 frames no matter what.
Oh my God. Okay. All right.
PS4 and Xbox One are going to be 1080p 60 frames. PS4 Pro, Xbox One X is going to be 4K 60 frames. And then PS5 and Series X are going to be able to handle those games at 4K 120 frames.
Oh my God.
Good stuff. Good stuff. The big Nintendo first party game this month is the one I'm picking up, and that is Another Code Recollection. That is a collection of two pretty obscure first party Nintendo games. Not a lot of people I talk to know about those. That would be Trace Memory, or it's called Another Code everywhere else in the world, so that's why they're going to use the appropriate name. But it's Trace Memory for us in America. And then the Wii sequel that America never got. Europe and Japan got it, but we never got it. Another Code R. So I'm really excited to finally play Another Code R, because that's essentially a Wii game that I never got to experience. That's really cool. Again, I'm gonna talk about it here because this is the console I want to pick it up on. Apollo Justice Ace Attorney trilogy.
Yes.
It makes me happy that collection is coming out because most of the games in that collection are delisted as of right now.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah, Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice were 3DS download only games, and without the eShop, they're gone.
You didn't pick them up back then.
Yep.
You just can't right now. But
so getting an HD collection of these, and it does include the DLC, the Killer Whale,
the Killer Whale DLC. Trial.
It's in there. They actually integrated it into the story, so it's like part of it. So thank you. Thank you. I need to.
They
I'm
can
gonna
make it
experience that in
canonic.
HD. Yep, that's always fun. Next month you have two pretty big ones. Well, niche, but I think they're cool.
Hmm.
The big Nintendo game next month is Mario versus Donkey Kong,
Hmm.
which is a remake of the original GBA game. So that means this one's good, guys. Please don't shoot. I know, I know. People get a little scared when they hear
Don't
Mario
cast
versus
it.
Donkey
Don't
Kong.
cast it aside. It's the platformer one.
Yeah, it's the platformer one, guys. It's the sequel to my favorite Game Boy game,
Aye, aye.
Donkey Kong 94. So we're
Mhm.
good. But it is a remake of the GBA game. That's really cool because that is my favorite Mario vs. Donkey Kong game.
Mm-hmm.
$50 is kind of pricey for it though.
It is
I ain't gonna
true, but
lie.
at least it's not full price at that point.
I guess, but I don't know. That's kind of up there. I will
Mm.
pick it up, not day of, because Final Fantasy is my big thing next month.
100%.
Yeah, but it is cool. That's a fun one, and it also explains why it hasn't been on the GBA NSO app. So makes
Mm-hmm.
sense. Sheeran the Wanderer, the mystery dungeon of Serpent Coil. Wow, I cannot say the name of it. Sheeran the Wanderer, the mystery dungeon of Serpent Coil Island.
Oh, I do see that one.
Yeah, this is the actual sixth main entry in the Sheeran the Wanderer series. The only
Mm.
reason I bring it up is if you're a mystery dungeon fan, you'll like Sheeran the Wanderer. It's literally the original mystery dungeon.
If you like any mystery dungeon, period.
Well, yeah, this is mystery dungeon. Every time you play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, it's technically Pokemon Cross Sheeran the Wanderer. So that's for them. A big game that I am looking into. I don't know if I want to pick it up day one, but I definitely want to keep my eye on it.
Gotcha.
Is Vanillaware's new game, Unicorn Overlord. And Vanillaware is essentially the developers of like 13 Sentinels, Dragon's Crown. You know, they got a good pedigree. So I'm very much looking at this tactical turn-based game. But the big Nintendo game for March is Princess Peach Showtime, which is going to be based, as of right now, it's the only original game. So I'm looking forward to that one a lot. You know, I like when Nintendo likes to do new things. And Peach hasn't been in her own game since the not aged well Super Princess Peach on the DS. So it's been a while. It's been a while.
Yes, it's been a while since then.
Another big game this year. It's multi-platform, but I'm totally picking up on Switch. Is Penny's Big Breakaway. Penny's Big Breakaway.
That's from the Mania team, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. I'm totally looking into that one. Yeah,
Very
you
well.
know. Udian Chronicle is going to be on Switch. That's kind of the console I want to play it on, but I'm definitely going to try it on Game Pass.
Yeah.
This is a game I kind of want to get it on Switch as well. But this is multi-platform. This was announced at the Game Awards, and it was one that really took us by surprise. It's the Tales of Kenzera. Sao.
Huh.
It's the one that was made by that dude who was like talking about like his like story about his father.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
It looked crazy.
That one looks really good. I forgot that Braid Anniversary Edition is coming out in April. If you've ever played Braid.
Is that a physical copy confirmed?
Not that I know of, but it is coming out on everything.
Gotcha. Braid was one of those like indie ones that like really kind of gave indie like
its name. Yeah, like Braid was one of the first, if not the first, indie game. Like, so I really hope it does get a physical because that's gaming history. Like,
that is history right there.
Level 4 did announce later this year. That Fantasy Life I is coming out finally.
Oh my god, yeah. I never gave it a chance on the 3DS days, so
neither did I. But people who I talk to that have played the game say that game is so addicting.
Oh my god. Okay.
So, I'm a little scared of that one. We are getting Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. You know.
Oh yeah.
This year. So use it again. Nintendo's weird using the European name for it. Like using the appropriate European name, which is Luigi's Mansion 2 and not Dark Moon, is really funny. But we'll see how that turns out this year as well. Supposedly Deca Police is coming out this year. We'll
Oh,
find
right.
out. We will find out for sure. Um. Oh wow, this is on the list, and I totally forgot about this game
Hmm.
because it just keeps getting delayed. Um, Metal Slug Tactics. Anybody?
Oh my god, I forgot about it too.
I hope it shows up this year. I would really like it to finally come out. I forgot about this really cool 2D platformer, but
Hmm.
Pepper Grinder by Devolver Digital.
Huh.
That game looks really cool. The Plucky Squire. I hope the Switch
Hmm.
version of Plucky Squire turns out good because that's the console I want to play it on.
Hmm.
We'll see. Rift of the Necro Dancers coming out this year.
Oh yes, that's kind of like the music rhythm one, right? Well, I mean, it's always been a rhythm
Yeah.
based like kind of game, but this one's a little bit more on the nose of music and rhythm.
Yeah. The long lost, but now it's coming to modern platforms as well. Shantae Advance is coming to Switch.
Ah, yes.
I'm really excited for that one. Shantae Advance Risky Revolution. Obviously the big one that needs a release date already. I Nintendo stopped screwing with me. Is Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door.
Let's go.
That's the big
That's the
Nintendo
big
game so far.
anticipated the remake one.
Yup, for sure. I'm really excited for that one.
Hmm.
I forgot Konami was doing this. This is going to be a multi-platform game,
Mm.
but when it does drop, you bet your ass I'm going to be there for day one. And that's Suikoden 1 and 2 HD remaster.
Very
Those
nice. Very
are
nice.
very good PS1 games getting the HD 2D treatment. So
Hmm.
really looking forward to that. This list lists Hollow Knight, Silk Song.
Don't believe it.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. Yacht Club Games. Remember, they're releasing Mina the Hollower this year.
Oh, that's actually a really nice one.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really fun one. And yeah, that's it because Professor Layton got delayed into 2025. So
E.
yeah, yeah,
Hey,
a
it's
lot of good stuff coming out.
nice for them to just take their time on that one.
And that's not even this is just what is announced currently. We don't know
Mm.
anything else coming out this year.
That's true. We
You know,
still have like a couple announcements or
like
possible
we
like
we
digital events going
we
on.
skipped over like Visions of Mana. Visions of Mana is
Yeah.
coming out this year. Like, you know, so there's a possible announcement. Nintendo can just be weird and do their thing and shadow drop things like they always do. And
Yeah.
damn it, Nintendo.
Nintendo likes to do that. And you know what? They also like to they don't really shadow drop their digital events, but they usually announce it the day before. But we just follow the trends of it. We might see like Nintendo show up
February.
February. Same with
February.
Pokemon. Um,
Yep.
and then we won't really see them until like halfway through the year.
June. Typically it's June when they do the summer one, and then
At your
September they do
Junes.
the every day's great at your Juness. How to do it. But yeah, no, Nintendo's got good stuff this year too. Everybody's got good stuff this year. I'm really excited for 2024.
Yeah.
I'm glad everything's coming out now because 2025. Rest in peace. Anything that tries to come out near Grand Theft Auto 6.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's gonna take the world by
100%.
storm.
Yep.
And wait, was we know the year? Do we know a month?
No.
I don't think so. Okay.
No, I think Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be a late 2025 game. Like it's going to be a holiday game for sure.
Fair enough. And you know, we also have Monster Hunter also releasing
My
that year too. So even though it won't
God.
really ever get like a game of the year because Grand Theft Auto 6 is just gonna be there, that's also an anticipated one.
That's a big one for 2025. I mean, I like Professor Layton, but if we're talking about 2025 games, I love that series. And I'm glad that a proper new Professor Layton's coming out. So can't wait for that one. We'll see. And then if whenever Nintendo decides Metroid Prime 4 is ready, I guess I'll be ready. I don't know.
Oh yeah, and then we're not even talking about like hardware stuff on that front.
Oh my God.
But we don't want.
We've
already had that conversation.
We've had that conversation. I think. How about this? Let's place a safe bet. I think for sure they talk about it this year. I just don't know if they'll release it this year.
I want to say that they will definitely want to talk about this year, but they won't release it this year. It would probably
Hmm.
be the following year.
I kind of am leaning more into like they might release it this year, but I think they'll definitely talk about it.
Yeah. Honestly, I guess if they were to announce it, they could have it released in like within 3 months of announcement. So if it's like summer,
Like the Switch.
yeah, pretty much.
That was crazy, dude. I can't believe the wait time was so like short. They announced it, then the next month after they did the presentation, and then it came out 2 months after, and I'm like,
they
that was the
they were so,
wildest time.
you know what? They probably were pretty confident with it.
And it was so funny because I remember the lead up, like after that, like every week they would put a really good N64 game on the Wii U, like virtual console.
Mm.
And I'm like, what are they doing? Why should I be spending my money on this? And I'd buy it anyways.
Actually, you know what? Kind of jumping based off of the rumors again. If it's just a revision, I could kind of see it being released like later this year, like far in like this year.
Well,
But if it's a brand new thing, not even talking about backwards
yeah,
compatibility, just a brand new thing, then next year.
yeah.
I can see that.
I just wonder what the big launch game is going to be because you don't. Nintendo has to know that Breath of the Wild was a big title for that launch, and I cannot see them launching that console without a Mario or a Zelda game ready to go.
You think they might want to lean to another first party? I'm thinking Metroid at that point.
Dude, that would be an interesting launch title because Metroid is not, as much as I love Metroid, that is not a system seller. Like maybe
It depends on how well Metroid Prime 4 is received as a first person shooter.
see that's what I'm trying to get at. I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know. You know, people put Metroid Prime 1 on the highest pedestal. Me too. Like that's my favorite Metroid game, but it's like 2 and 3 are not as high up there. I don't know. That would be an interesting launch game, but I feel like you should get a Zelda or a Mario ready to go. And I feel like if you're gonna do it, a 3D Mario like would be pretty sick. Yeah, I just don't know.
Yeah, I can see that.
I would not believe if they drop it this year and we're getting a 3D Mario after we just got Wonder. Like, I don't know. I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, I mean, they've had a lot of time just to cook with Odyssey, and you know they were talking about like the other thing from like 3D Land, Bowser's Fury, as kind of like the possible roadmap of how they want to do it. So it could be one of those things where they'll announce it later on and it will play like Bowser's like Fury, but a little bit more like extrapolated upon, and then but like Odyssey was so I really liked Odyssey for like the movement and controls and just like the whole premise of the game, but yeah, they might want to try something different too. Or yeah, hell, maybe a sequel.
I could not imagine a 3D Mario as the launch game right now. Like literally this year. That would be crazy. It might be Metroid. Or it could just be
Pikmin 5.
It could just be a better version of Tears of the Kingdom where it runs at 60 frames and all that jazz. Like, I don't know.
That might be a little too early.
That might be like kind of a cop out because I don't know if I'd be super interested in that. But
I'm not sure people get won over by that.
That's the thing though. Like
F-Zero,
Nintendo's gonna launch. Oh my god. Yeah, but F-Zero is not a console seller. That's not happening. It would have to be like a Mario, a Zelda, or a Pokemon to be like ready to go.
Yeah, but Pokemon's probably not ready to go unless they announce something in February.
Yeah. My thing is if we don't get a Switch 2 announcement by at least March, I don't think it's coming out this year.
Fair enough. They gotta prep that. Yeah.
Nintendo's so hard to predict, dude. They can do whatever the hell they want. Like they sit here and they're like, there's rumors going around that Metroid Prime 2 and 3 are coming. You never know. And then just out of nowhere, they'll be like, oh, it's on the eShop already. I don't know. Or it just never happens. And it's like, what? Like, remember Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD rumors were happening? And then like none of that happened.
Yeah, no. It might have. I don't want to really say it, but like it could happen this year because it's like a Zelda per year. So it's like Tears of the Kingdom took it. That's safe. So this year maybe they'll just drop both.
It is a relatively Zelda free year for sure. And Nintendo's only skipped 1 year, which was 2022 for a big Zelda release. I mean, I guess they put the Oracle games on the NSO, but like that
Technically
doesn't count.
yeah. I guess Tears of the Kingdom would have otherwise ended up in 2022, but they delayed it.
Yeah. Because typically, like, if you look at Nintendo's patterns, there's always been a Zelda game since 2017 on the Switch. In some weird shape or form, but there's been a Zelda game. I think it was like, yeah, because there was like 2017 was like Breath of the Wild. 2018 was Cadence of Hyrule, I think. No. I'm sorry. It was Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. And then 2019, it was Link's Awakening HD. Yeah, it was the remake. Yeah, it was the remake. And Cadence of Hyrule. And then 2020 was Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. And then 2021, we got was it the DLC for Age of Calamity? Is that what it was? No, Skyward Sword, baby. Skyward Sword HD for 2021.
Yeah.
That's what it was. And then 2022 is the only year they skipped. So there's a pattern. There's patterns.
Do you think that another Hyrule Warriors is going to be released? But like it's based on Tears of the Kingdom?
Who's to say Age of Calamity isn't based on Tears of the Kingdom? Because at this point,
it's its own, like, it kind of branches off at that point.
Yeah, it's its own thing at this point.
So maybe it's just a Age of Calamity 2 type of thing.
Because they use the Pura model from Age of Calamity in Tears of the Kingdom. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah. But they definitely made like a whole separate like Ganon.
Yeah, I like to think Age of Calamity is just, hey, it's Hyrule Warriors in this setting, and then that's about it. It's not, doesn't really have to do anything.
Yeah, I still think it's a pretty well developed like Hyrule Warriors game. Like, yeah, kind of goes like with that formula, but it takes the story like in its own direction. I kind of like the presentation of that.
Yeah, so, Age of Calamity and Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes.
Oh yeah,
are like up there as like some of the best warrior games because they follow the theme correctly. They're not like a mix mash of all these other Zelda games and all these other Fire Emblem games coming together. But I also really like Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, so I don't know. that's just me. I don't know. I like the random mishmash, like brainless, like fun.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'll never 100% it. Because I think I have a life. So, like, I don't know.
Pokemon Warriors.
Oh, lordy. If any game is getting the Warriors and Xenoblade.
I've heard that conversation like here and there. It's interesting. I can see
that would be Xeno Warriors would be the coolest.
Xeno Warriors. We get Xeno Warriors before a port of Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Oh, you know what? Now I'm sad. Now I'm just sad. Why would you bring that up? No, not the.
Because that might actually happen.
Not the instead. I think like Nintendo's very good about like release remasters and remakes during the end of their like console's life cycle.
That's true.
That's like they'll definitely do ports and whatnot. For sure this year. Like, I feel like that's why they haven't announced anything else past Paper Mario. Look, if Nintendo's biggest announcement at the end of that direct was Paper Mario, a remake, I think it's basically just remakes and ports.
I think it's a wrap. I think,
and that's fine. I would like those. I like those, especially because when it comes to GameCube and stuff like that, since they're pulling from those, and also they have shown already 3 examples where they have an engine or they have an emulation like system for GameCube games to just get quick, easy, dirty ports. Call it a day. You know, Mario Sunshine uses it on the 3D All-Stars collection. And the recent one was Pikmin 1 and 2. They're the same emulation engine. You know, they don't run it any higher than their original frame rate. They only look slightly cleaner, but they are in native widescreen. That's all it is. And you know what? That's fine. It's like that's all it needs to be. It doesn't need to be the cleanest like remake. It doesn't need to be Metroid Prime remastered levels of remake. All right,
That's crazy.
it would be nice, but it
That would be
doesn't need to
nice
be.
though. So
Like
we,
I kind of hope they do that with Metroid Prime 2 and 3, but
mm,
like I just don't think it's gonna happen with those. I think those are gonna get the quick and dirty ports.
mm. Well, yeah, as
Which
you said, it's probably fine, especially if you really
yeah.
dug into like some older like first parties.
If I were them, I would just be that guy and release Mario Galaxy 2 as a standalone.
I guess they could do that
They could do that. They didn't put it in 3D All Stars.
for some reason. Yeah.
And most people consider 2 the better game, so it's like
hmm
they could do that, and that would be the funniest thing.
But the money talks. So
Yeah.
honestly, deliver Chibi Robo. Deliver maybe the custom Robo. Maybe they could do that.
I have a question. Is Sing the same developer I'm thinking of? Let me see. Hold up.
Hmm.
I don't think they are, but let me see something.
Mario Golf.
I don't think they are because um what is their developer name? Sing. Is that the same team who made Chibi Robo? No, no, it's not. I'm thinking of somebody else. Who's the developer for Chibi Robo? Because they're defunct now. They're closed,
Oh yeah.
I believe. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, that's why I thought that was their name. Skip. Oh, okay. They haven't released the game since 2015, but so they're predicted to be closed, but that they're not confirming it yet.
Hmm.
Yeah, their last game was Chibi Robo Ziplash, so
Oh yeah.
rip them.
Yeah. It's probably not happening.
Yeah. No, I got confused because Sing is the original developer of Another Code.
Hmm.
And so I was like, oh wait, maybe they are together again. You know?
Hmm.
And no, they're not. Because they're
No.
not, their Sing is gone. So Sing doesn't exist. That's why I'm wondering who's developing Another Code Recollection. But don't worry about that. The point is,
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
more remakes and remasters. That's cool with me. I'm cool as a Nintendo fan who has gotten way too many like 10 out of 10 entries in their respective franchises on the Switch.
Hmm.
I think I can settle down now and say just give me remakes and remasters at this point because I don't think I can keep up with new games anymore.
That's true. I think
There's
for me,
so
I
many.
would love for them to just kind of focus on remakes and remasters too on those older platforms. For those like me who haven't tried out some of those games.
Yeah.
Hmm
Yeah, oh yeah, especially since you're actually into like trying them out now, like really like wanting to learn about them.
hmm
As someone who's played a lot of like first party Nintendo games, yeah,
hmm
I'm ready for this. I'm ready. It's the same reason as like Katrina always tells me, well, if you already have it on Wii U, why did you buy it on Switch again? And here's the answer. Because I was the only one in my friend group that had a Wii U. I didn't get to talk about this game
hmm
with everybody else. I didn't get to share this experience other than Smash. I didn't get or Mario Kart, I guess.
hmm
I didn't get to share that experience with everybody. All right. So when I'm picking up Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze again, because everybody else is finally picking it up and realizing how good that game is, it's like that's why I get to share my experience with friends.
I
Like, damn. But yeah, no. Oh, you know what?
Mm.
Stop screwing around, Nintendo. Give me Donkey Kong Country Returns.
That's true.
Give me the Wii game because if you give me that game with proper button controls from the 3DS version and you put the 3DS version exclusive levels on there,
Easy 60. That's an easy 60 out of Phil.
easy mud. You want money for me? That's what you do. That's all I gotta say. Look, it's all it's missing. You put the Country Trilogy already on the SNES app. I'm assuming the Game Boy Advance versions are coming eventually, and the Game Boy app's gonna get the LAN games because why not? Just give me returns. Just give me the missing game, and I will literally not shut up. Like, you know what? I want that more than Xenoblade Chronicles X. Do that.
Fair enough. All right.
I'm not even kidding. That bad of me? Yes.
But it's a
I don't have
promise.
anything else to say after that. No, Justin, before we close this, what is the one Nintendo game that hasn't been announced yet you would want to come to Switch?
As a port or just new?
Let's do two. Let's say as a maybe not new. Let's do as a remake or remaster. So as a remake or remaster, and maybe one coming to NSO. Because that's technically a way to get them on the Switch.
That is a way. If we're talking about like the NSO stuff, damn, dude, I know they won't because we're talking Pokemon territory. If we're talking NSO,
oh yeah,
there's no way they would just let any series of their franchise just show up on the NSO for free.
Yeah, I think that would be like the big goat moment for NSO. I think all of the complaints I've ever had about NSO, they're basically gone at this point. But like once you get the Pokemon mainline games, oh dude, it's a wrap. And they don't have to drop them all at once. It could just be red, blue, yellow first, and then call it a day. And I think at that point I'd be secure going, you know what? We'll eventually get gold, silver, crystal. We'll eventually get emerald, ruby, sapphire. You know what I mean? Like we'll eventually one day get those. But let's just start with red, blue, yellow. And I think if we get those, I think that'd be pretty tight.
I can see on the NSO they could probably like stick Fire Emblem Sacred Stones like easily right there.
Whenever that sounds like a guarantee for sure, especially because Fire Emblem is on there. Like the one our first Fire Emblem,
our first one. It'd be crazy if they put like the one prior to that chronologically. That would be sick because I never got to try that one.
The Binding Blade would be crazy.
Blade, yes.
Yep. That would be so fire, but
yeah, I can also anticipate like Pokemon Pinball showing up. I think that's
like the one Pokemon spinoff I want so bad. So goddamn bad. For me, if we're just talking NSO, for NES, I think it's about like I said it before, but I think it's about damn time you just drop Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon and the Blade of Light. Like it's in English. I get it. You gave us the chance to buy it. Cool. Most people got it. But there's people buying a new Switch, and if they're getting the next console, they're not going to be able to play it.
That's true.
Like they weren't able to buy it. So
you could just put it on
drop it.
Yeah.
Just drop it on NSO. Like it's in English. Like what are you waiting for? It's like they did this with Earthbound Beginnings. It's there. Like they are known to put unreleased games on there. Star Fox 2 is on Super Nintendo. Like just drop it on NES. Call it a day.
I'm trying to think.
They made a fake American box art for that game. Get out of here! Like you could just use that as the art. For Super Nintendo, we're basically like the big one I wanted was Mario RPG, and we got a remake that surpasses that game. So
fair enough. Now there's something else on the wish list.
There really is nothing else on Super that I really want. I guess like if you're gonna do it, like. No, because I said Nintendo games. If we're doing strictly Nintendo games, I feel like the gimmicky ones would be fun, like Mario Paint, I guess. Like, I don't know. Figure out a way to make it work. I don't know. I really don't know because we got all the major ones, so it's like,
that's fair.
Yeah, N64 though, Nintendo, you put 3 different rare games on there. I'm tired of this. Give me Give me Donkey Kong 64. give me Diddy Kong Racing. Give me Super Smash Brothers already. I don't know what the hell we're doing. Like, I don't know why Smash isn't even on here. Like, that makes no sense. Like, those are all first party bangers. I need those on there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I need those for sure.
I don't have anything else on NSO that I can think of right now, even across the entire board.
Game Boy, I think I'm in agreement. Pokemon for sure. I am so sick and tired of them not putting Donkey Kong 94 on there. I need my favorite Game Boy game of all time to get on there. I don't know what we're doing, but I will literally run that game on stream from front to back. Like, don't make me. That's my big Game Boy want already, is I just want to play that game again on a modern platform. I love that game, dude. I literally absolutely love that game. I don't know why. I just do. And then for Game Boy Advance, if we're talking first party, I would love to see the F-Zero anime game, F-Zero GP.
Oh my god.
Because that game, because we're getting F-Zero Maximum Velocity, which is fine. That's a fine game. But I think GP Legends is so much better. And that is like a true like next like F-Zero game. And I really would love to see that. That's a good one. But really, Golden Sun's coming soon. Just put Golden Sun 2 while you're at it. Because don't be dumb. Don't be dumb. Let's get those on there. I need those for sure.
We can also add in Drill Dozer as well. While they're at it.
Oh, hey, you know what? Drill Dozer's big thing was the Rumble feature, and I'm gonna give you some hope right now, Justin. On Wii U, if you have Drill Dozer, because Drill Dozer was a virtual console game on Wii U, it does include the vibration features on your pad.
It just makes sense. It makes sense.
So give me that Rumble, baby. Like, put that on there. Put that on there. That's a banger game. And while we're at it, WarioWare Twisted, so I can do this with my controller.
And while we're at it, put in Astro Boy Omega Factor.
Yo, treasure games? Oh my god. Gunstar Superheroes, please.
And then Nye answers the chat. He isn't, but just assumably.
Naya's here to point out another treasure game, and that would be Advanced Guardian Heroes. Like, no, we're going into second territory now. I mean,
yeah, sure.
Genesis is an NSO app, and I will say that it's cool that we're getting more of the obscure stuff and not like the cookie like cutter ones. Like, but I don't know. I kind of want, if you're gonna put the last remaining Genesis games like that I want, just put Phantasy Star 2 and 3. Like, we have Phantasy Star 4. But like, I don't know, it's kind of weird that you put the finale of the series and not the other games that are on there. I don't know. That's just me. I don't know. Just give me those two, and then Streets of Rage 1 and 3, just to have it. Just to have it. I feel like those would be cool to play online with friends. Yeah, I think that about covered. Oh no, I'm sorry, Justin. Your big remaster or remake that is not on an NSO app. Like, what's a Nintendo first party title that you would love to see come?
I'm trying to think. It'd probably be something in my library.
Okay.
But that's tough because like Wind Waker technically would be that big one, but we're kind of waiting for Wii U ports for that.
That counts. I mean, I think the Wii U ports are inherently like better versions of those games anyways. They do a lot of improvements to, I'm talking about both Wind Waker and Twilight. They do a lot to improve the core gameplay. So if they were going to bring those over, those are the versions I want. I do not want anything less than that.
Yeah,
but
I think since then, like I branched off like from the Wii, so it's kind of tough because otherwise it'd be like, yeah, Mario Galaxy 2 at that point.
I think Galaxy 2 is like a big one for me, but I think because like I said, Wii U ports like the big one, Xenoblade X. I think if you get Xenoblade X for sure, it's like damn, it's a
Yeah,
wrap.
you got the entire series now. Well, yeah, for Xenoblade.
Well, Xenoblade, yeah. We still need Xenosaga, Namco. I'm looking at you,
Oh,
Bandai Namco.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see about that one.
I'm looking at the Xenosaga trilogy. Come on, do it, cowards. And while we're at it, Square, you own Xenogears.
Okay.
Actually, I'm betting on Square actually doing something with Xenogears and Chrono Trigger this year. We'll see.
Ooh.
More Chrono Trigger for sure. I think Chrono
Yeah.
Trigger is finally. I think it's gonna finally happen. There's no way they can avoid it anymore. They don't have. They don't have like the Final Fantasy games to rely on anymore. They ported those. Like it is about damn time they started porting Chrono Trigger.
Trigger.
At least some shape or form. It doesn't have to be HD2D, although I would love it in HD2D. But like it's gotta happen. It's gotta happen. So but for me, I mean I got my Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, so that's that was really good. I kinda would like to see Super Paper Mario at some point. Because like I really like that game. That game doesn't require motion or anything. That game is totally playable with a controller.
Phil, pick Pokemon Channel.
A modern Pokemon channel where they're playing like more of the modern anime episodes instead. That'd be pretty cool.
I guess you
Just
could make that
casual,
work.
yeah, just casually. Oh my god, that'd be so funny.
Hey, you Pikachu.
I think Hey You Pikachu could work on the N64 or the N64 NSO app. Just let me plug in a USB mic or something, and then
I want a remake to Pokemon Box, please.
Oh my god! Because the thing is, like, even if you play portable play, remember that Fortnite supports like headphones with audio with a mic.
Oh.
So Switch can do it. So if they allow it for just this one game, that'd be really cool.
But they have to support everything else at that point.
It'd be quirky as hell, but like it's just the idea of them being able to do it, and that's that's just funny. Like they obviously have proven that they can do it when it comes to like the Game Boy apps and the Game Boy Advance apps. Like being able to have the rumble features on like the Game Boy Advance games that support it, which is a feature that was only supported on the Game Boy Player on GameCube. The fact that it is included as long as you just turn it on in game settings, like that's really cool. And Kirby's Tilt and Tumble being able to use the gyro, like, come on.
So they know what they're doing. They know that the tech, I mean, pretty much just fulfills the promise that Nintendo Switch is, as you know, the inheritor of all these different types of mechanics they've like incorporated throughout the years. So they have the entire library they can work with, so long as they have the rights to do it.
But yeah, no, I think I'm gonna agree. Its biggest NSO on it's Pokemon for sure. Like if it happens, oh my god, oh my lord, that'd be so crazy. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Anything else, Phil? Before we go ahead and call.
No.
No. You know, I'll say this. This is not Nintendo related, but I finally got started last night playing through Tales of Zestiria, and it's certainly a start. It's certainly a start.
Are you playing that? First of all, are you playing Definitive Edition?
I don't think it's definitive. No.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said Zestiria. I thought you said Vesperia. I'm sorry. Yeah, Zestiria is the one on PS4, correct?
PlayStation 4. That's how I'm playing it on. Although you could just get it on Steam or something like that.
I have that game. I have not started it. I'm a little scared too because people tell me that that's like a low tier game.
It was
And
the
I'm
reason
like,
why I
oh,
needed to play it. I was like, I gotta see it for myself.
oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, because like I
How's it?
hopped off of Vesperia and I was like, okay, I actually really like Vesperia. I see it's very limiting given the time, but playing the definitive is like one, it looks really nice as like that definitive edition. But it still kind of holds its own. And I'm trying to see if Zestiria is like having been like more of one of the more modern games kind of holds up. That is
So
me
how
skipping. That's me skipping
how?
Zelia though, but you know,
Oh yeah, Zelia. I
yeah.
heard those are good. Zelia 1 and
So
2.
yeah, that's what I've heard too.
Yeah.
Zestiria is interesting because it is it's not really that weird third person like asymmetric kind of feel where
Oh,
you're kind of
okay.
zoomed out and you control the characters like from a distance, but it's like this one's a little bit more focused in on like your main character.
Okay.
It's hard to really get like first impression on how the combat's going to like evolve. But I can kind of see it here and there. I see the potential there. Otherwise, it took me a while just to learn how to like move around freely. But it's pretty slow as a start.
I heard Basaria gets better.
Yeah, I hear that's like a really good one.
I also have
So
that on disc. That's a good one.
so yeah, finally getting started with that one in the backlog, and now I
Oh
have
yeah.
plenty more in that backlog now.
Oh my god. Oh, Final Fantasy Pixel remasters
Alone, that's like you.
alone is like some pretty good amount of hours. I wouldn't say they're like the longest RPGs, but
Mhm.
they're well, once you hit 4, then it becomes
Then it becomes like that.
RPGs. Like
Yeah.
because one took me a total of 10 hours, I think, maybe less.
Mm.
One Final Fantasy 1 for me is like the easy, like I just want to play an RPG
Hmm.
and just kind of like just go. Like there's not much of a story, but there is like I don't know, it's minimal.
Yeah.
It is an old NES RPG, so that kind of makes sense. I will say, don't be afraid to look up things in that game. Like I didn't, and I still was able to manage myself around.
Hmm.
But there are definitely you have to have an old school mentality. Like I would say, don't leave the area until you're one shotting enemies, like
Okay.
or at least getting good enough to where like I don't need to heal as much anymore. Let me just go.
Ah, fair enough. That's a good
Like it's
indicator.
definitely old school RPGs are make sure you grind for sure.
Oh boy. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Also, I guess a little bit of like progress update on my end as far as I'm playing through Mario Brothers Wonder, right? That's been like a lot of fun. It's honestly been like it's never gotten dull at all, and I'm like now at the sixth world.
Oh, you're in the lava world?
Yeah. Well, I'm just
Yeah.
about to enter in. But yeah, I kind of like with that one. It's obviously every like world has kind of like a theme to it. Like
Yeah.
the world is a little bit different. It's not like just Mario like 3 where you're just kind of like hopping from spot to spot. Like they're designed differently with a story in
Well,
mind.
since you're going to the world 6, my favorite worlds in that game was 3 and 5. I think
Hmm.
3, the Shining Falls was really
That
cool.
was
Like
cool.
just the aesthetic is
Yeah.
really like nice looking.
Hmm.
And then 5 is the
5
the
was
mines,
the
right?
mines, yeah.
The fungi mines. Dude, the creepy like cave vibes and the like just the fungi and how like I like how artistically like different every level in that
Hmm.
game in that world looks. That was like my favorite top tier world. I was like, whoa, that is such a cool
Hmm.
like theme. It's nothing like they took the generic cave theme and then made it into something cool. Like that's what I wanted
Yeah.
the whole time.
It was like caves slash ruins. I know
Yep.
on surface level there were like different levels that kind of look drastically different from each other, but then they started to like line up as you go further in.
Yep.
But I just kind of like that movement because even though it is linear, like as you go further down, like you kind of align that with how like I guess environmental storytelling of like how they, I guess like what lurked at the very like bottom of the mines and any
Yep.
potential like history and lore because there's like that weird miasma stuff, the weird ooze stuff that like one shot you, and I'm just like, oh, that's interesting.
And then you're going for the 100%, correct?
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go back to some of these levels and get the coins for those,
Yeah, yeah.
but they're not
But
bad.
I was gonna say, yeah, World 6 is kind of a toughie to 100%, but it's
Mm,
pretty good.
okay.
It's really funny because that world is they basically make it optional.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's
Really?
actually you get to the castle to get the Wonder Seed, the big one,
Mm-hmm.
really early. Like they
Mm.
literally just kind of give you the level if you want, but you can keep exploring, and that's when you get to some tough levels down there.
That's what I felt about World 4-ish, kind of. You just have to get 15 of those seeds and you're good.
Oh, the
The
desert one,
the
right?
desert one, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm actually currently replaying it as well. It's in front of me.
Oh,
And I'm doing the just casual run. I'm trying to run it just as like a I'm getting the bare minimum wonder seeds and just going and just getting to the
yeah.
end
I was curious about
and seeing
how
what
like you
happens.
could speed run it, just
I don't know
normally.
if I'm not speed running it, still enjoying it, but
Mm,
because speed running would be like what's the fastest levels I can beat,
mm.
making sure like what's the fastest way I can get wonder seeds ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm definitely just enjoying the game. Just kind of casually playing it without 100%ing it, without having to worry about getting everything.
Yeah. What's interesting is the incorporation of some like bit of story bits here and there because they don't spend too much time with it, but it definitely kind of slows you down as far as the pacing of like you jumping from level to level. There's usually a bit of dialogue here and there that kind of gives you some contextual stuff about like that world, and then you move forward.
Basically. Yeah.
So it's
Shining Falls is pretty bad about that.
yes, yeah. But yeah, that's kind of like
But
my updates on those. But yeah. Alrighty, guys. I
yeah,
guess we're good
that's
to
it.
call it. So, guys, appreciate everyone for tuning in for this first episode of DangIT Podcast in 2024. We'll see you guys in the next one. Hashtag bye, everybody.
Bye.